Hey guys, welcome back to Don't Catch Your Name. It's me, Ella. Today is Sunday, August 16th, and I wanted to come up on here and share with you my market recap from yesterday. So I did have a market yesterday, the 15th. It was a Saturday. It was a 6-hour market, I think. It was 10 to 4. I paid for the booth fee a few months ago. Actually, quite a while ago. It's been a while. But it was $55 to be an outdoor vendor, and it was at the fairgrounds where, let's see, last year I had the Hot Air Balloon Festival there. Not this previous one that got rained on, but last year's was at this place. But anyways, it was hosted by a lady who does markets a lot around here, and I've done a couple of her markets before. She's pretty good at doing it. However, I will say this time, she didn't assign the outside booth spaces. The inside booths were all labeled with the people who were supposed to be there, but the outside booths, she literally just told me to pick a spot and to set up there. So that ended up being a little annoying. And also, when I signed up for it, I was the only crochet vendor. And then later, she had messaged me a few weeks after I signed up and asked if I would be okay with another crocheter. And I said, it's fine as long as we're not beside each other. And I asked if she was a plushie vendor or if she made other stuff. And the coordinator did tell me that she has plushies, but she also has other stuff too. But they set up 1, 2, 3, 4 booths away from us. So there's 3 in between us. And she was all plushie. So that was real annoying from the coordinator, I think. She was either dishonest about it or she didn't check with the other crocheter to actually see if she was going to bring only plushies or whatever. But we did have different things. Her plushies were nice looking. They looked like they were made with thinner yarn, like maybe Perfect Chunky or maybe Sweet Snuggle Light or something. It wasn't like the big blanket yarns like I use. It was definitely thinner stuff. But her booth was before mine in foot traffic wise, and so I did see a lot of people go there, and then they would come to my booth and then they'd be like, oh, I wish we'd come down here first. I hate it when people say that because it's like, oh, but I still made some sales, and the other lady did too, but for the most part the market was kind of dead. It had really good advertising. I mean, there was a lot of people interested in it. People were talking about it up to the event. I think what maybe made people not show up good is because we were in the middle of a heat advisory. It was in the 90s and the real feel was in the hundreds. It was humid and the UV was 10 out of 10. So it was hot. It was breezy though, so that made it be not so miserable. And luckily we set up our booth under a tree. So we had a lot of natural shade, which made it cooler anyways. And we had our fans and all that, so it wasn't too bad for us. But a lot of people who were walking around were complaining about how hot it was. So anyways, it is August in Tennessee, so it's going to be hot. But there was some people who came, and they did the wing competition. And there was like the strip where we were at outside. And then up here was the grandstands. There's people under there. And then down further this way was the music barn. That's like a barn where that has a stage in it. There's people in there. But again, this just like the Hot Air Balloon Festival I did at this market, this venue last year, they didn't put up signs to where the other vendors were. So a lot of people would come down to me, and I was like the last booth on that aisle, and they would just turn around and leave. So I don't know if these people down here got much traffic at all because there was no sign saying that there was people down there. But anyways, it was a pretty decent day. It wasn't an amazing market, like I didn't make $1,000, but I did make some money, so let's get into it. I will pop up pictures of everything that I made, and I'll try to link them in the description. If I talk about something that's not linked, just ask me in a comment. I either forgot or I can't find it, and I'll try to figure it out. But anyways, so it was 10 to 4, done said that. We spent some money there, but it was money that we already had set aside for spending money, so it doesn't count. So between 10 and 11, I didn't get a sale until almost 11. It started at 10, and I was getting nervous because usually I make a few sales before the market even starts, but this one I was not. But people started coming in, and my first sale was a chicken nugget, and that is an Instagram pattern. I can't remember who it's by, but that person paid $8 cash for that. And then my next sale was 3 chicken legs, so the crochet chicken legs. A young boy, he was younger than me, 20s maybe, he bought 3 of those with cash. $24. I don't know what that was. And then a girl came, a younger girl, she bought a goose for her car. She wanted to put it in her car. And that goose is a free Instagram pattern by my yarny friend Heather over at Heather's Crochet Crypt. She has some patterns for free. Wait, is her goose free? No, her goose is not free. You have to pay for it. But she does have some free patterns. But anyway, go check her anyways. She's awesome. That was a card transaction. And then the last sale between 10 and 11 was a Demogorgon for $20 on card. So I made $64 that first hour. But it was really the last 15 minutes of the first hour. But I was happy because I was, you know, once I start getting sales, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Because sometimes I like psych myself out and I'm thinking I'm not gonna make any sales. Also, I do want to say this was a chicken festival. It was marketed as a chicken festival. There was a chicken wing competition between food trucks. But in the contract, it said that you had to have some chicken things at your booth. All the booths I looked at did not have any chicken things. I was the only one with a chicken section. Other ones were handing out like stickers of chickens and little tattoos of chickens, but I don't think that counted at all. But I had a whole little corner of my booth was nothing but chickens. I've been saving all my chickens to put in this market. And a lot of people said that. A lot of people was asking where all the chicken was, and a lot of people would see my chickens and be like, oh, there's the chickens. But so the chickens got a lot of attention. But I really wish the coordinators in my area would learn to, when you theme a market, it needs to have the thing that it's themed for. Because there wasn't anybody selling any fried chicken either or anything like that, except the people who were doing the wing competition. But anyways, between 11 and 12, the next hour, I sold a penguin, $12. That's a Etsy Instagram pattern. Cash. This lady, she was with Drake's. It's a restaurant chain. I guess it's everywhere. I don't know. She was with their food truck. They were doing the competition, and actually later she brought me a plate of wings. And because when she was in my booth, we chatted a little bit, and she bought a penguin. You know, I was trying to be nice, you know, friendly the way you are. And I don't know if that's what made her bring me wings or not, but she brought me some chicken wings. They were really good and really spicy. But and then I sold a Mothman for $18 in cash. It was the medium-sized Mothman. That's paid for pattern. Handmade by Nicole, I think. And then I sold a bass keychain and a possum. The bass keychain is a paid for pattern. The possum is a free Instagram pattern for cash. And actually the Mothman and those two things was bought by a family who came to see me because the mom and wife, Lori, she watches my videos and she's kind of localish to me. So hi, Lori. And Raymond is your husband's name. And I forgot what your son's name is. But hi to all y'all. And it was really cool to get to meet her. And she was really friendly. And her husband was really friendly and nice. Her husband seemed so familiar to me. I wish I'd remembered to ask like what he did as a job. Because maybe I met him through something before like that. I don't know. He was real familiar to me for some reason. But it was really cool to see that. And it was really exciting to meet someone who watches my videos that isn't another YouTuber. Because I think all the other people I've ever met were people who also do YouTube videos. So it was really cool to meet her. So hi, Lori. So her son is the one who bought the Mothman. And then she got the bass keychain and the possum. But anyways, moving on. Between 12 and 11, I sold a chicken. It was Madeline Mako pattern for $18 cash. And then I sold the Highland cow, the big one I made, for $35 card. And that was to one of my husband's friends. Her and her husband, a guy that works with my husband, it's his friend, and his dad all came. And she bought the Highland cow, and his other friend that came, he got the zombie, but he hasn't paid for it yet. He's going to pay for it when he gets his check, which is on Tuesday. And I told him if he does not pay it, I'm going to hunt him down. But I know he will. He's a really nice guy. I like him. He's bought a few things for me over the last year or two. But anyways, it was fun. They chatted for a while and hung out. And she bought that Highland cow, and she's going to send it to her mom, who lives in Florida. So I thought that was neat. So between 11 and 12, I made $105. So that was pretty good. That wasn't peak just yet. As usual, peak was 12 to 1. 12 to 1 is almost always peak for me at markets on Saturdays. I guess that's because people, you know, sleep in on Saturdays or go yard sale maybe early, and then they're out doing other things. So between 12 and 1. And what's funny is I made less sales, but there were bigger amounts, if that makes sense. I sold a banana, which is an Instagram pattern. I sold, I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh, a nugget. I just put nug, but it's scribbled. A nugget, a chicken leg, and a pickle to one family. And it was $36 cash. They paid me with $100, and I always panic when someone gives me $100. I really need to get one of those markers that like tells you if it's real or not. But anyways, and then another little family came in. It was like a husband and a wife and 3 little girls, and they got 3 mystery bags. One was a pickle and one was a capybara, but I didn't get to see the third one open hers because she was real little. I don't know if she even opened it yet. So they got 3 mystery bags. They got the horse that I just made, which is paid for a pattern. It's also a free YouTube tutorial. Ghost face and an axolotl. And that transaction was $92. They were a really nice family, really sweet. She basically just told the kids to pick what they wanted, and they each got a mystery bag, and then one picked out the horse, one picked out ghost face, and one picked out an axolotl. And it was $92. And then the third transaction between 12 and 1 was a loaf cat, a chicken with strawberry hat, and it was $24 to one family on card. So that was cool. So I made $152 between 12 and 1, which was more than between 11 and 12, but I sold more things between 11 and 12. It was just cheaper things. And then between 1 and 2, I sold a maple chicken. It's not actually the maple chicken, but it's that body style. It's actually a Instagram pattern. I don't even know what it's called. I'll find it and link it below. And that same person bought a little chicken, which is like a maple chicken, but a little tiny one, and a nugget for $8. So they bought all chicken stuff. And that was $34 altogether on a card. They were one of the people who pointed out that no one else had chickens. And she wanted chickens. So she bought 3 chickens. Well, 2 chickens and a nugget. And then another family came in. It was a grandpa with a bunch of grandkids. And he let them each pick out something out of my $5 bucket. So 2 of the little boys picked out strawberries. 1 picked out a gummy bear. And then the teenager granddaughter, picked out a pickle that was in there. So it was $20 cash because it was 4 times 5. So between 1 and 2, I made $54. And then between 2 and 3, I sold my last little Mothman. It's like the ball-shaped one. It's paid for a pattern for $15 on card. And this person actually, she saw it and wanted it, and she asked me if I hold it because she wanted to walk down here and go through these buildings and then come back. And I told her I didn't mind because I don't really mind to hold stuff. 99% of the time, people don't come back. So I'll just put it back out there, you know. But this time, her and her partner, they went down there and they walked through the music barn, and then about an hour, or well, not an hour, it was in the same time period. A little while later, they came back and she bought it. And the last thing that sold was the vendor next to me. She had like boutique-y stuff, like clothes and stuff. She bought a possum for $12 on card. They were really nice too. I was trying to find their Facebook page because her husband was going around taking pictures of all the booths to put it on Facebook. I couldn't find their page, but they took a picture of me and Devin at the booth, at our booth, and I wanted that picture. But they were really nice. So between 2 and 3, I made, what, 27? And then between 3 and 4, we didn't make anything. It died down really bad between 2 and 3 because it was hot. It was so hot. I had multiple people ask if they had fans, like the little fans you fan yourself with. And that made me think that, like, in the future, next year, if I do summer markets, well, I don't know, because this year's been rough. I'm going to get some, because I'm sure Amazon, you could probably buy a big stack of them for cheap. I might get some of those to hand out to people at the hot markets. But anyways, so for grand total of the day, we were supposed to stay till 4, but everybody started packing up at like 3:20. So we waited till 3:30, and then we just started tearing down. And we got home at like 4:20, and we stopped to pick up pizza on the way home. So we made it home in pretty good time. But for grand total, we made $402, and it was $250 in cash and $152 on card. The square fees was $4.99, which I thought was funny. That was a funny amount. So the grand total is $397.01. And I sold 33 items, which obviously, you know, you want to make plenty of money, but it was hot. I understand why people don't come out, and I was still happy because my goal for this market was to buy a few clothing things that Jesse needed and that Devin needed to get wipers for our car. We needed 2 front wipers and the back wiper. And we got to also get an oil change, which I got to do sometime this next week. But that was my goal for this money. So I made plenty enough money to do that with. So I was happy. In between all that, we had snow cones. June got a squishy dumpling. There was a dumpling, or what are they called? Fidget seller there. I hate those booths because all the kids love those. She rode a train with Devin. She got her face painted. And she got a barbecue biscuit, or sandwich. So she was living it up. She was having the best time of her life. And she played on the bounce houses. And we were under an oak tree, so there was acorns everywhere. And she was playing with them. She was having the high old time. But it was a good market. It was dusty. there was dust everywhere. And like when we left yesterday, my voice was hoarse. It's still a little bit hoarse. And we were just caked in dust. Devin actually had to go into work after we left the market. His boss had messaged to see if he could come in because Devin's one of the only people who knows how to do certain things. I don't know if it's like, I don't know how to word it. He's one of the only people who will come in when he's asked. But so he went in to do that after work or after the market. I mean, June came home, we took showers and baths, and we ate, and we just laid around watching TV, and we both took a little nap on the couch because we were exhausted. But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty good market. I wish it had done better, obviously, you know, you always do, but I think it did good, and I hope the other crocheter made some money. I know I saw some people walk around with her stuff. Actually, some people who bought stuff for me also had like a bag with her stuff in it too. So I hope that the other vendors did. I really only could see the ones, you know, right there where I was at, so I have no idea how the other people did. But hopefully they did good. But anyways, the chicken wings from Drake's were really good. I've never been there. We need to go there one day. The lady from Drake's was really nice. I got messaged by a newspaper, a local newspaper, while I was at the market. They had seen my post and they want me to do an interview for the newspaper about my business. So that's kind of embarrassing. And I'm going to have to mention my YouTube channel, and then people's going to know that I have a YouTube channel that live here. But it's okay. Anyways, it was a good market. So I'm happy with it. My next market is in 3 weeks. And it's the Sunflower Festival. It's at the tulip farm. Okay, it was a tulip farm, and now it's a flower farm because this year is our first year doing sunflowers and wildflowers. And I booked myself to the first weekend, so I'm hoping that that's good. I hope it's like when everybody's excited about it, you know. So it's a Saturday and a Sunday. It's September 5th and 6th. The Saturday is 10 to 5, and the Sunday is 1 to 5, so it's going to be a lot shorter. So I'm hoping that is good. So for the next few weeks, I'll be making a lot of sunflower things for that. And sunflowers sell well anyways. So even if I don't sell a bunch of sunflowers at this market, they'll sell eventually because people like sunflowers. If you stayed around this long, if you have any questions, comments about any of the patterns or anything, let me know. If you don't have Instagram but you want an Instagram pattern, I can screenshot and email it to you. I just need you to email me first so I have your email address. I think that's everything. For my transactions, I use the square. I just had it. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where it's at. I think I lost it. It's somewhere in the house. I used the square, the little one. It's like, it was on sale the other day for $30-something. When I bought it, it was $60, but it's usually $50-ish, but I saw it on sale the other day for $30-something. Anyways, it's totally worth it. It takes chips, and it has tap, and I accept card payments. I can do Visa gift cards to there, but you have to type it in manually on your phone. It doesn't work with the tap and chip for some reason. I can take Apple Pay. I can take Google Pay. I also take Venmo, but I haven't had anyone use Venmo this market. I try to do all the things because sometimes people have different ways of paying for things. But yeah, anyways, that's all the market stuff, I guess. The next market, like I said, is in 20 days, so I gotta get working on stuff. And now, if you stay this long, now this is 100 days of Halloween. 76. Is it 76? I think so. Anyways, so the other day I shared with you guys that I bought this Casper. Oh, it's glaring. From Five Below. It's a Funko Mini. And I love Casper. It's one of my favorite movies. It's easily in the top 5. It's probably actually number 2. My favorite movie ever is The Shining. And then Casper, and then probably Hook. That's number 3. I could list off all my favorite movies. He's glaring. Anyways, I got Casper the other day, and they had the other ones, and I didn't have the money to get them, and I didn't know why I would because I'm not a wealthy person. And I definitely don't like buying frivolous things for myself. I need shoes right now. My shoes are in bad condition, but I always feel bad buying things for myself. Anyways, you know, we all know that. It's how moms are. Anyways, I had a really nice yarny friend message me and tell me that she collects Funkos and that she knows what it's like to, you know, want Funkos. So she offered to send me the money to buy the uncles, and she actually sent me enough money to buy the other 4, so I was able to go. I went this morning as soon as she sent it to me last night at some point, I think when I was sleeping, maybe early this morning, and as soon as she did, I was like, I'm going to get those. So I got Stretch. Which one's so glary? Which is my personal favorite. I love his attitude. There he is. That's a better picture of him. Uncle Stretch. Uncle Stinky. Which is this one. Uncle Fatso. And cat. I wish I had one of the dad. I love the dad more than cat, I think. I quote this movie all the time. There's cat. So I got all 5 of them now. I love that. So that's my little bit of Halloween today. I guess that counts, right? It's ghosts. I just love them. Now I gotta find somewhere to put them. June really wants to open them, but I keep telling her I don't want to open them. I want to keep them in their packaging, at least for now. I wish they glue in the dark. The uncles almost look like they might, but it doesn't say anything on there about it. I think they're just a different color. Anyways, I love them. I love them so much. So thank you so much. Bonnie. It is Bonnie, but it's a different Bonnie than the one that does videos. So I'm just going to say that much. I'm not going to say any more. I got them stacked up here. Oh, that's so. It's falling. Anyways, I got to find somewhere to put those so I can look at them and admire them. Also, I went to Walmart. I had to get... Jesse needed some more shorts, and he needed some pajama pants, because his last pair of pajama pants is on their last leg. Devin needed a big pack of socks, which men's socks are ridiculously expensive for some reason. His socks was over $20 for a pack of socks. That's crazy. Anyways, I was on the yarn aisle, as one does, and I noticed they got rid of the mainstays gray, which really stinks because I bought that a lot to make possums with. It was clearanced out the other day. It was already gone, or I'd have grabbed it. And now it's gone, like the label's gone. But they have a brown. I picked it up. I wish I'd bought one. I'll have to just show it later. I should have taken a video clip of it. But it's a dark brown. It's dark brown. It's like a chocolatey brown in the mainstays blanket yarn. So that's exciting. And I don't know if these are new or not. I never noticed them, but I don't typically look at the cotton yarns. This is called Hello Hobby. Oh, it's a Walmart. It's a Walmart brand. So it's like their cotton yarn. I don't know if this is new or not. You have to let me know if you've had this at your Walmart. But it's Hello Hobby. And it is a Walmart brand. This color is called Dark Taupe. $1.97. It's worsted weight number 4. 120 yards. It's kitchen cotton, so it's not super soft, but it's not terrible either. I got 2 of these, and I got 2 gold for sunflower coasters. I wanted to make a few for my market. They had a bunch of these. They had 2 shades of white, 2 shades of yellow, some greens and some blues. I can't remember. I was really just looking at these ones. But I've never seen these before. And maybe I just don't pay attention because I don't use a lot of cotton yarn. But this is nice. I just found an Instagram pattern yesterday for a sunflower coaster, and I was like, I'm going to make some of those. And then I found the yarn. So you have to let me know if that's at your Walmart. I wish Walmart would get more yarn. They mostly carry Red Heart. But you know, the mainstays, there's more colors of the mainstays worsted weight, and it looks like they're changing up the the mainstays blanket yarn. They call it Chanel, but it's not really Chanel yarn. It's blanket yarn. I wish I'd get more colors. But anyways, also found a cool candy. I'll insert it. And also my favorite candy was out. I didn't buy any because it's kind of expensive for the size that it is. It's a Kit Kat Witch's Brew, which is my favorite one. They changed the packaging on the inside. It used to be purple, but it's red. It's still got the Witch's Brew picture on it, but it's red. I don't like that. I wish it was still purple. But anyways, for a little tiny bag of it, it was like $6. That's crazy. And then I also had the Kit Kat Draculas. Those are so cute. And the candy I got is a candy corn, but it's different shapes. I've never seen those, so I got them to try them. I know a lot of people don't like candy corn, but I do. Not a whole lot. Like, I'm not going to sit there and eat a whole lot of it, but every now and then for something sweet, it's good. But anyway, so you'll be seeing this yarn soon as coasters. They had a green, but I just got these because I don't think I was going to put leaves on them. I'm just going to do the sunflower flower. But anyways, that's everything for the market and for the little bit of Halloween. We did some errands today, and I'm trying to think if we did anything else. We put the wipers on. We filled it up with wiper fluid because it needed it. And after we get the oil change, the car should be good until we need tires. And then that's going to be a pain in the butt because tires are expensive. But anyways, on to the next market, and hopefully it does good, and hopefully the weather's not so hot or rainy. I'm so sick of raining. I told Devin next year I don't think I'm going to do a market in August because this one yesterday was hard. Hard on my body and my soul. But it was fun, and I'm so glad I got to meet Lori and her husband and her son, who I can't remember his name. Maybe they didn't tell me his name. I don't know. But she was so nice. And it's just so cool to think that there's just people out there that are similar to me, you know, and we just need to all get together and hang out. I need to get Lori, and we need to get Missy. We need to grab Connie and anybody else around us, and we need to all get together and hang out and crochet and chat all day. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off here for now because Devin and June are in there. Jesse's still at my sister's. He's staying there. And I don't know. If I do anything interesting, I'll pop it in. I probably won't. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for 100 Days of Halloween Day 75. And maybe something else. I don't know. Bye, guys.